The year is 2020. Everything went upside down. You, in this scenario as a student, were forced to stay at home to prevent the ongoing infection of this virus named COVID-19. You still attend the class in Zoom and submit your assignment in Google Classroom, but the atmosphere is getting quieter. You spend your time playing video games, eating food, and watching new videos, but it's getting repetitive and more boring. In the middle of a rainy night, you need to find something new to entertain yourself. Then you discover this app called TikTok. It skyrocketed with over 800 million users and they love watching content on this app. You are tempted to download it, but remember that there are tons of cringe contents inside. But that was like from late 2018 or early 2019. And trends tend to change swiftly, so you download and open it. Then you start scrolling, finding contents to keep you entertained. You find one that matches your preference. You like the video and bookmark it so the algorithm will give you similar contents. You keep scrolling and scrolling and scrolling and scrolling and scrolling and scrolling and scrolling and... Did I miss the deadline for my homework?
I'm coming.
TikTok is one of the most addictive things I've ever touched in my whole life besides discovering tea at a young age. It's also the most popular social media app ever. It has been 7 years since it was launched globally. I remember when I knew TikTok for the first time and a few people called it a revamped cringe version of Vine or Musical.ly. They're technically right because the creator of TikTok, ByteDance, bought Musical.ly for $1 billion and merged it into one app. I watched some of those contents before the app blew up and I understand why people treat it like hell. Fast forward into late 2020, I came back to see if the contests were getting better and they were... okay for a little bit. Now it's 2026 and the contents evolved significantly. The algorithm is filled with either motivational videos, AI slaps, relatable videos depending on your current situation, cool edits of your favorite person whether it's fictional or non-fictional, or
I would never fart on you.
that. Of course, there are creators that showcase their graphic designs. For example, Taikawabe, I'm sorry if I pronounce his name incorrectly, is one of the reasons why I made this channel due to his daily video of creating posters. His posters are very cool and you could see the influence I got from most of my posters. I also want to shout out to Mr. Elliot is a cool guy as a huge part of my inspirations as well. Especially with that video of him designing 100 posters in 100 minutes and a video where he designed 1,000 logos. That second video is his magnum opus in my opinion and one of the best videos in 2025 next to someone beating Minecraft while releasing his inner sense. Since there are millions of videos floating around, I would design 4 posters of the first video that pop up on my For You page. Before some of you viewers comment, yes, this video is heavily inspired by Elliot, but the difference is that I'm not designing posters based on my favorite TikToks from my bookmark folder that filled with naughty stuff. If I open the app and the first video is either an edit of my photo figure, a cat video, a dog video, or some random bullshit, I must design that exact video. Quick notes, I will use my other secret account because the algorithm knows my preference there. Also, AI slaps will not count because they stink. Let's see what video will pop up first in my For You page, and yeah! I Choose You by FYP is the single from their deluxe album Sequence 01.5. I love this song because it has similar melodies and lyrics to Better Off Alone by Alice DJ. The best I could describe them is the type of songs you listen to while seeing Windows XP media player visualization. They're nostalgic. The design will be inspired by the 2000 aesthetic, but there's one big problem. I don't know how to make those things, so let's try and fuck it up. Before designing, I must find some inspiration first on Pinterest. These are the reference I took. I don't know if the Good Fate cover art counts, but it reminds me of the cover art of LSD Dream Emulator. Obviously, I will not make a cover art based on that game that looks like this. Also, I want to try designing anything other than posters because I made over like 70 posters last year. We need to change things up. First, I put a frame from the music video. I play around with bitmap or color halftone effects, and both of them don't work really well, but I stick with the color halftone effect. Next, I added white gradients and their logo. I changed the blend mode to divide. Later, I experimented some BS, aka bunch of shits, by putting these frames and playing around with filter gallery and blend mode. At least this looks great so far thanks to the holy gradient map adjustment. I fixed that main frame and the logo I mentioned earlier. I copy and paste the lyrics and change the blend mode. I added the song title, put the texture for the final touch, and it's done. I don't know how to describe it, so let's hear the words from our professional graphic designer himself.
This shit is ass. I will make another one tomorrow.
I absolutely agree. First, I put this teaser photo from Twitter. Then okay, what the fuck did I just click? Wait, where's my taskbar? How the fuck do I turn it back to normal? Anyway, I did another bunch of shits with this photo and an image of CD while playing around with blend modes for the background overlay. I also changed the background color to yellow. Then I put the logo and the gradient map adjustment. The color gradient here is perfect and exactly what I need. I put a solid color on each member and put the drop shadow effect with Gaussian blur. I don't know what I was doing here, so let me speed this video up. Finally, I fixed the colors with camera raw filter and it's done. We all can agree that the second design is better than the first. It's more vibrant, brighter, and it's related to the theme than before. The gradient map adjustment saved the design not to be mediocre. Ooh, a carousel poster tutorial. This is interesting. Okay. I could make a similar poster like that, so let's do this. Instead of fruits, I add random scribbles and drawings from random people, specifically at the stationery section in a retail brand store. Awesome. This is where they can test which pen is comfortable to write on the white blank paper. They also can write or draw anything while comparing the pens they pick. It's silly, but it's a goldmine for others like me because there are a few that have potential to be used as elements. First, I put all the drawings I took. Then, I add the threshold effect with these 3 adjustments and erase those black inks from existence. I change the blend mode to darken for a second to last photo. Should I get pregnant as a guy? Well, there's a rat man in front of your question, so that's your answer. The background is filled with scribbles, so I made a folder for the background. Did the same thing to the last 2 pictures and put the gradient map adjustment with black and gray colors. Next, I cropped the scribble I like for the main elements and removed the little overlap mask. There are 3 different columns with different colors, which are red, yellow, and blue. I fixed the second scribble overlay and make the main elements lighter. I add the text and added the curve adjustments. I put the text together into a folder, duplicate and merge it, then change the blend mode into linear dodge. I put the paper texture, add camera raw filter as usual, and it's done! This is probably the most creative poster and one of the best I've ever made. This is perfect and I have nothing else to say. So let's see if we can get another good video for my next— What the fuck? Designing a playlist cover is easy. You can do it in less than 7 minutes. All you have to do is put an image that describes your playlist, play around with the adjustments, put the text, duplicate it and add Gaussian blur, add the noise texture, and that's pretty much it. I could also make another one with different image by changing blend mode with that image for overlay, add adjustments, copy the text and the texture. It's simple and effective. But this is easy to make for most people and maybe you can replicate this on Canva. So let's make it difficult by designing a CD cover of songs compilation. I put a different image and— Oh sorry, I accidentally pressed the speed button, but I'm too tired to explain the first half of the process. I added text with different fonts using Switzer and Ballot with a glow effect. I also add the subheading and body text. The only thing left is to make a song list for the back cover.
Let's see what I could have taken when it comes to like a song to have sex with. Because I only know any cupcake songs because the lyrics are so fucking dirty. They have the Weeknd song. Yeah, mostly Weeknd songs. I see there's a Metro Boomin. The playlist name itself is so— It's so off. I can't believe I'm searching songs to have like sex with.
I put a little spice with the caption and it's done. I don't know why I made this considering that my algorithm thinks I'm horny on main, but I'm not TikTok, I just like fictional men being handsome in general. No homo. Last but not least, I will make a poster based on a fan-made animation of a boys' love manhwa. Wait, they actually know that I'm into that stuff? Mary Marbling is a BL manhwa written and illustrated by Penky, the same author who made Robber X Lover. I have seen a few edits of them, mostly Mary Marbling, and I've heard that they're great manhwa to read. I do know that the art style looks pretty. I mean, you take a look at the arts and suddenly you're craving some sweets. Unfortunately, I could not make a cute pinky poster to match someone's bedroom aesthetic with those Polaroid posters and LED lights, but I will try. Another thing is that the poster will be horizontal. First, I put this art I found on, and it's ASCII art that I converted. Look at those empty blue eyes staring at my soul. I changed the blend mode to dissolve at the ASCII art. I'm thirsty while reading the script, so let me just... Ah shit, I sped it up too much, but I fuck around with the blend mode and gradient map. I put the grunge texture and changed the blend mode to vivid light. I added a curve adjustment for saturated pink color. Next, I put another drawing from, duplicated multiple times, and changed the blend mode of each of the images. I grouped them into a folder, add a gradient map adjustment, and create a clipping mask. Let's name the folder the gaze because they be cuddling and shit. I add levels adjustment to get some white colors. Then I put a utility pole and change the blend mode to divide. I also add the image of Aurora
Borealis
and change the blend mode to soft light as an overlay. I duplicate it, change the size to small, and make it bright as fuck with the same adjustments. I put the text of the hypnosis I got from Fandom Wiki with Switzer font. This looks ass, so I hide it to save for later. Instead, I duplicate those gay people, flip it, and change the blend mode to divide. I put the long text behind all the elements. I make the title of the manhwa with different fonts. I also put the author's name and the release date. I add the curve adjustment for that blur or drop shadow effect. Add a camera raw filter for more colors, and it's done. There you have it, 4 designs based on the first video that popped up on my For You page. A remake of an album design, my top 5 poster of 2026 if you ignore when it was made, an abstract poster of cute friendship manhwa I will read later, by that context I mean in a random day at 2 AM, and a playlist cover design with CD compilation about humping each other. TikTok is a hell of an app due to its addictive algorithm, whether it gives you a hidden gem or a wasteful garbage. Besides that, it could also give a spark of ideas for people to create something new. Back in 2021, I actually started making posters in Adobe Photoshop, specifically CS6 I found at my old, slow, unsteady computer, and posted them on TikTok. I was thinking, wow, I can become a content creator if I upload consistently and make money out of it. I have a lot of free time, so this could be a perfect opportunity. I stopped in late December. I still make graphic designs for assignment and other projects to this day, but at that time, I was busy doing homework and slowly having burnout. Fast forward to the late 2024, I saw a content of someone showing the process of their poster while doom scrolling. I really like it, then I checked his profile. Maybe I should have done that earlier if I wasn't depressed back then. Nevertheless, I came back creating content again in early 2025 during my college holidays. I guess I'm trying to be that spark for someone else now, or maybe I just missed the opportunity. Either way, I'm not letting the burnout win this time. I have a plan and many goals to achieve before my country is falling apart as I'm recording this script. With all that being said, I'm mad that TikTok is ruining our brain and wasting our time, and I'm glad that it exists so we can make more insightful videos like this. In conclusion, I need money to escape this hell, man. Fuck this shit!